Hello, this is yours truly, Charles Prosper, your consistency success coach. And I'm going to have some fun with this installment because I'm going to give you my secrets for staying youthful throughout all of your life. And the reason why is I get the question all the time of how, if they happen to find out my age, because I rarely reveal my age to anyone, but in the rare instances that I do, people say, I can't believe it. You're 76 years old? How do you look like this? This is me at 76 years old. In this installment, I'm going to show you what it takes to stay eternally youthful, productive, and self-fulfilled in your purposes in life. So stay with me. This is going to be a fun ride. All right, here we go. Hello, my friend. I am going to really have fun with this presentation. And I must warn you that I'm going to be a little bit out of character with this presentation because I want to be totally relaxed, genuine, and authentic. I'm going to present this to you as though I were talking to my best friend in confidence. So you may hear me sound a little bit unpolitically correct, or even a little vulgar, or maybe even ghetto, if you know what I'm talking about. I really want to enjoy this particular installment where I will give you my secret of how at 76 years old I usually am mistaken for 46, 47, so on and so forth. So let's get into it. First of all, to consistently maintain youth, there are two factors involved. The first factor is mental, and the second factor is physical. That is, physically doing something consistently, certain things in a certain way every day. Now, let me talk about the mental aspect that most people overlook or even don't understand. You see, the problem with aging is this, is that most people age themselves. Now, let me explain what I mean by this. Most people have a number that they have decided where they will get older and aged and decrepit and the whole thing. And I can prove it to you right now. For example, when I'm usually talking to a younger person, say 25, and I ask the question, at what age do you believe that a person gets old? And they'll give me a number, a specific number. I'll hear 70, I'll hear 80, sometimes I'll hear 50. Okay, so let's say the person that I'm speaking to, who's, let's say, 20 years old, and I ask him the question, at what age does a person grow old? And the 20-year-old tells me, at 70. Okay, what has this person done? This person has locked into his subconscious mind a programming that he will hold for over 50 years with the belief that at 70 years old is the age that you grow old. So I ask you, how can anyone hold a belief consistently for 50 years without that belief not coming to pass? And I can prove to you that the person is believing this because over any point of the 50-year period, I can ask the same question. At what age does a person grow old? And they will consistently say 70. That means for 50 years they're holding a program in their mind for aging to happen at 70 years old. So what happens when the person hits 69? They start getting aches and pains. They don't feel as like their impotency is coming on, and they feel not able to do certain things that they were able to do years ago. This is no coincidence, and this is totally predictable, because we program ourselves to grow old at a certain age. I can ask you, what's your number? What's your number? What is your number? At what age do you believe is the age that one grows old? Whatever number you gave me, that is the age where you will start to grow old. Now, what I did was, when I was 25 years old, let me give you one of my secrets. I stood in front of the mirror with my shirt off, looking good as I wanted to look. And I said to myself, looking myself in the mirror, I said, Charles, I promise you, I will never let an old man move into this body. And so, for the last, 50 plus years, I have held this commitment to myself that I would not ever allow an old man to move into my body. And the thing is that I don't believe, now you may think this is ridiculous, but results don't lie. Personally, I don't believe I will ever grow old. I do not, you heard what I said? You want me to repeat it? I do not believe that I will ever grow old. Now, chronologically, I can't stop that. This year I will be 77. Next year I will be 78. So chronologically, I can't stop each year as it goes on. So I know that I will grow older, but I will never grow old. Because what does grow old mean? Grow old means growing unable to do, decrepit, decline, deterioration, decay. That's what growing old, that's what old means. And when people buy into this belief, that's exactly what they become. They become old. They wrinkle, they shrivel, they can't do certain things, they have aches, they have pains, and it's all predictable. It's all predictable. Now, that is the first facet of youth. You have to get out of your mind this whole idea that you have to grow old. Growing older is a different concept, but growing old is something that you decide on. So, but there's another factor to it. You have to consistently reinforce what you're saying to yourself. Belief without acts is no good. So you just can't say, I am young, I'm youthful, I will always be young, I'll always be youthful, and then don't exercise, don't eat properly, smoke, drink, indulge in excesses. You're negating that belief that you will always be old. You have to reinforce what you believe coherently by what you do. So you just can't say, I am young, I will always be young, and then do everything to belie the statement that you're making. They have to be coherent. The two things have to work together. You not only have to believe in your youth, you have to believe by acting the part in terms of exercise, rest, sleep, healthy habits, and so on. Now, when it comes to exercise, in my mind, there is only one path to the excellent body that you're looking for. It's not with yoga, it's not with Pilates, it's not with calisthenics, it's not with jogging, though this can be a part of it. But the key secret is in progressive weight resistance with barbells and dumbbells. This is how you transform your body to the youthful look that you want to create. All other methods are okay. They keep your body stimulated, heart circulation and all that stuff. But in terms of sculpting your body, adding shape, muscle mass, tone, flexibility, energy, libido, and all of that, The secret is in progressive weight resistance. That is how it is done. Now, was I always in great shape? No. Let me show you what I looked like when I was 42. This is what I looked like when I was 42. Now, can you imagine, had I done nothing, physically speaking, in terms of exercise and diet, from 42 until now, what I would be looking like? I had an epiphany at the age of 59 when my daughter was, I think, 7 years old. What happened was she said, "Dad, I'll race you to the van," and the van was like a half a block away, sitting at the corner of the street. And she took out like a flash, 7 years old, and I took out after her. Halfway before I made it to the block, I was, and that was my epiphany. I said, I'm not gonna deteriorate. I'm gonna be around for my daughter. I'm going to get serious, and I'm going to be healthy, and I am going to stay healthy. So, at age 59, turning 60, I got super serious, and I began to consistently work out with barbells, dumbbells, and using the weight bench, and using the branch of a tree for pull-ups in the patio of my backyard. I wasn't even going to a gym at the time, but I was consistent with it. 5 days a week, 6 days a week. I was very, very consistent. So, that is the first one. Well, that is the second step of the 2 secrets of maintaining youth. You have to have the attitude, the belief system in youth, and you also have to reinforce it with doing certain things in a certain way every day. And I mean specifically progressive weight resistance. And your body is so plastic, it's so ready to change according to what you want it to be that you would be amazed. You don't even know what your body is capable of doing for you until you actually push it to where you want it to go. Along the way, I made incredible progress in strength and shape. Let me show you a picture of me at 71. This is when I turned 71 on my 71st birthday. Yes, this is me. This is me. And this is me. And in terms of strength, well, let me show you. This is a video of me pressing, God, I don't know how much this was. It could be 500 pounds. I haven't really added it up yet, but it's pretty heavy. I'm leg pressing probably about 500 pounds. Here, I'm doing dips, triceps dips. Here, I'm doing chin-ups. And this is me at 71 years old. I am able to do usually more things strength-wise and physically than many members in gyms that are in their 30s and 40s. And they assume that I'm probably late 40s when they see me doing all of this. And I rarely ever tell my age. Rarely. Almost never. So consider yourself special, because I never reveal my age to anyone randomly. And there's a reason why. Is because people have a concept of what I should be doing at this particular age. I should be settled down. I should be doing this. Well, by the way, I am retired. I am living in Colombia in South America. I have 3 lifetime pensions that allow me to live like a wealthy person here, because the money goes far more than it does in the United States. So here in Colombia, I'm considered wealthy, and I live in the best parts of town with a luxurious apartment, and everything is just absolutely excellent. So the idea is that you have to understand that youth is a choice, and it is a choice that you need to make as soon as possible. The sooner you make this choice, the better. If you can make this choice at 40, oh boy, you're in good luck. I made it like at 59, almost going to 60. If you wait till like 75 to make it, it's going to be a little bit harder to reverse all the stuff that you've programmed yourself to believe. But it's better than not doing anything. And in terms of my lifestyle here, I live alone and I absolutely enjoy it. I am a veteran of 3 marriages. I am sad to say, but at the same time, I'm glad to say because I learned from them and I am better at it. I enjoy being alone. I don't have a need to live with anyone because I have come to the stage right now to understand that no woman can complete me, that I am already whole and complete, and that I don't seek out any relationship for completion. That is a mistake that I learned, and if you live long enough, you learn from your mistakes, and I want to pass that on to you as early as possible. You cannot complete yourself with any other person. There's no such thing as your better half because you're already whole, and the sooner you realize this, the better. In terms of the women that I go out with, they're usually much younger than me, in their late 20s, 30s, and 40s. And I know when older women hear this, like my age, like 70, they be hating on my ass big time, big time. I remember when I went back to the United States to process my resident visa for Colombia, there was a lady that I knew 25 years ago. She's about 60 something now, and she knew me back when my daughter was very little. And I told her that I had a girlfriend here in Colombia who was 27. She got so pissed. She got so mad. You should have seen the face she put. Like, how dare you? What is your problem? And so she was tripping, probably because she felt excluded, because she knew that I would not accept anyone of her age. And that's okay. That's okay, because at this stage of my life, when you hit 76, over your 70s, you're supposed to have learned that your life is yours and you're not supposed to be bothered by what anybody else thinks. You paid your dues. You created the career. You raised a family. You raised kids. You were able to achieve a retirement. You maintain your health. This is not the time for you to be worried about what other people think about what you choose to do. Because even when people say to me, when I have like a girlfriend who's like 30 something, and it's, it'll never last. What the hell does that even mean? It'll never last. Of course it'll last. It'll last for whatever time it does last. If it lasts for six months, it lasted for 6 months. That's the time it lasted. If it lasts for 3 years, it lasted for 3 years. That's the time that it lasted. Even with marriages will run its course, stop, and you will look at the time that you spent with that person and you say, well, it lasted 12 years. So there's no such thing as it won't last, because saying that something won't last is somebody else's definition of what's supposed to be lasting or not. Everything has its cycle of beginning, middle, and end. And I enjoy everything in my life for as long as it lasts. At 76 years old, I thank God that He's given me all these years, and all of them are good, and all of them are healthy. A lot of people don't make it to my stage, and even fewer make it at the stage when they're looking as good as I am, feeling as good as I am, and as healthy as I am. So I don't even, when people find out my age, and they really do, I don't, and they say, I hope you to live many years more. At this point, I really don't care about living many years more. I care about living another day to its fullest, because we can only live a day at a time, and you're never too old to live another day. And what good is it if I am wish to have many years more when I can't enjoy every new day to its fullest. So I see every new day as a new life. Every 24 hours is a new life that I want to live. Do you know there's an insect called the mayfly, and its life cycle is 24 hours. It only lives for one day. So I always ask myself, what is the experience of the life cycle of the mayfly? It's only one day. How does the mayfly experience an hour? An hour is probably like a year. How does the mayfly experience a second? A second is like an hour. So I would like to live my life like the mayfly lives its life in a 24-hour period to the fullest, maximum, the most possible. And on the whole subject of aging, I want to comment on the whole idea it's too late to do something. It's too late to start something. That's just an excuse. Let me give you examples in my life. I got my master's degree in psychology with a 3.95 grade average. I graduated in the top 3% of my class at age 65. Here's a picture of me on my graduation day with my daughter. And the whole thing that you can't do something beyond a certain age and this and that and so forth, it's just a belief system. It is an absolute positive belief system. So if you want to study and you happen to be 60 plus, go for it. My mother, I remember when she got married to my dad, she was 22 and she dropped out of school. And then she wanted to be a teacher. And then at age 33, she decided to go back to school. And I remember when she would invite me to sit in some of her college classes. And she was the oldest student there. And I remember my mom, bless her heart, may she rest in peace, graduated as a teacher at 33 years old from college. So don't give me this business about it's too late to start, it's too late to do this. You talk to somebody else about that. I'm not the person to talk to about that kind of thing. So it's never too late to begin. And in terms of your health, it's never, ever too late to start, to stop the aging process. You need to act quickly because the longer you wait, the harder it will be. So, with that said, I would like you to know that youth is a choice. It is a choice that I suggest that you make as early as possible, because the longer you wait, the trickier it is to stop and reverse the process. So, with that, I leave you and I wish you the best, and understand it is not how old you are, it is how old you choose to be. All right, did you enjoy that? I did. I revealed to you my secrets of eternal youth. See, I'm a nice guy. Now, before we go, I would like to invite you to my community of consistent-minded people at the Prosper Consistency Success membership site, where you will be part of a community where we help each other stay consistent by assigning accountability partners that will help you stay focused, as you will be assigned to a member as their accountability partner to help them to stay focused as well. Additionally, there will be live coaching calls to allow you to call in and get answers to some of your problems and challenges, setbacks,
and barriers in the path of you remaining consistent. We got your back. We got your back. Now, without further ado, I invite you to go right now and check it out at www.consistencysuccesscoach.com, and you will be glad that you did. Also, I would like to remind you that I put out daily, consistent content on the subject of consistency. You're right. So that you don't miss out on any of the installments, I would suggest that you like and subscribe right now so that you don't miss out on any of the upcoming videos that I am sure you will enjoy. So, as always, until the next time, I say to you, stay consistent and be successful.